The views and opinions expressed in this broadcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions of WBGR Network.
Hey everyone, welcome to I Am the CEO Show. I am your co-host Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator, and today I'm joined by my co-host,
Mr. James Burrell, aka the Professor. What's happening, y'all?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a dynamite show for y'all today.
Yes,
James,
sir.
This is going to be one of the shows, one for the books.
Classic.
It's classic. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your co-workers, tell everybody they want to tune in today. James, we're going to be talking about sports and business.
Two of my favorite subjects.
Yeah. Sports and business, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the deal. We're going to be talking about it from the ownership level, and we're going to be talking about it from participant level, and we're going to talk about what you want to know. We're going to talk about behind the scenes, right? We're going to talk about what goes down, but we're blessed to have, I don't know if y'all see this right here. Man, you know, we usually rock the IMCO gear, but the Washington Fusion. James, we got one of the two co-owners of the Washington Fusion right here.
Right in the building.
Right in the building. The Global Mixed Gender Basketball, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You heard about it. You've been hearing about it.
GMGB.
Yes. Celebrity owners. You don't know, you're going to know today.
Yes, sir.
So today we're going to talk about basketball, sports. Don't turn the dial. Right after this commercial, we're going to come right back with the two owners of the Washington Fusion coming up to you right now. Go tell somebody, like, share, comment. Let somebody know we're here. See y'all in a couple of seconds.
Global Mixed Gender Basketball League action. I talked to some of the fellas out there before the game. They said they actually feel the pressure of going against their female counterparts. Yep. They won't know how historic it is. They're growing up with it. I wish you guys could see Clyde's smile on that play. You like it. That's good basketball.
That's right. So it's been quite a metamorphosis for the women's game.
This whole concept is terrific. You know, it's empowering. It promotes equality, and you know, you're going to see it works.
Professional athletes have been playing their whole life.
Oh, what a feeling. Look what we've overcome. Oh, I'm gonna wave my flag. Count all the reasons we are the champions. There ain't no turning back. Saying,
women deserve equality in pro sports, and knowing that these women are going to be able to get equal pay just as the men, so it makes the league exciting. They deserve it.
This is the future of basketball. This is going to change basketball. I see mixed gender Olympics. Okay, I see men and women playing in all different sports that we've never seen before. We want to show the world exactly what this is.
Hands up for your colors.
Okay. It would be great just to see the women and men play together.
It's celebrity owners, but the lead is real professional, proactive. WNBA and NBA on the court at one time.
We created equal, one race and that's human.
It is just a beautiful thing to be able to have like the Gonzalez twins, or Carlos Booth, Metal World Peace.
Mixed gender's great, you know. I think it's a good opportunity to see girls play with guys. I've never been seen on TV in terms of a professional league. So I like it. I'm for it. I'm excited about it.
There's beauty in our unity we found. I'm ready.
Where you can see like a Brittany Griner, all these different players play together in a high level competition. This is professional basketball.
basketball is basketball. I grew up playing. Thank God for Magic Johnson, who allowed me to play. Picked up with them all year long. I got a chance to play with a lot of NBA players, and that's how I really honed my skills. Men giving me the opportunity to play is what elevated my game to be able to play the level that I played.
Basketball has always been a part of my life, and still is. I've played in the WNBA for years, and I've always believed that women deserve the opportunity to compete with the men. Global Mixed Gender Basketball League makes it possible not only for me, but for my niece, who admires me and wants to be just like me one day. I drink Coca-Cola because it inspires a fresh new look on life and represents equality.
We come now. Hands up for your colors.
Hey everyone, welcome to I'm the CEO Show. I am your co-host, Eric Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator, and today I'm joined by my co-host,
Mr. James Burrell, aka the Professor. What's happening?
And I know some of y'all are sitting there looking and saying, hey, who are those two gentlemen in the middle? Yeah, some of y'all recognize them. Some of y'all in the DMV and probably in the US of A have seen these faces somewhere along the line. If you know money, you've seen their faces. However, I want to introduce to y'all, ladies and gentlemen, the co-owners of the Washington Fusion, the new professional basketball league, professional basketball team in Washington, none other than Mr. Derek Smith and Mr. DeJuan Summers. Derek and DeJuan, thank y'all for coming on the show.
Hey, man, thank you so much for having us, man. It's always a great opportunity for us to accept an invitation. And we're excited about the information and be able to share some time with you guys this afternoon.
Absolutely. We're definitely grateful for the opportunity and look forward to sharing more information about Global Mixed Gender Basketball and Washington Fusion so you guys can really see the magnitude of this opportunity we have before us. So
now,
we're excited.
Let's talk something. I want to share with the people how we got here today because I think that's really key in talking about this business basketball opportunity, talking about the ownership and talking about how y'all are as leaders because I heard about this coming for a while. But I was at my church, and I would get out to shout out to Zion Church.
Yeah. And, yes. Pastor Keith Battle.
Pastor Battle, we want to shout you out. And so I was in church, and I saw y'all coming up, and y'all was giving away tickets to this basketball game we're going to talk about coming up. And I was like, man, wow. And then I ran into DeJuan in the parking lot, and I told him about our show. And DeJuan was like, Eric, man, no problem. I want to come on and share the word, but I want to come on and give the listeners and viewers the insight. And to me, that's big because being an owner of a professional sports team, I don't know how many owners you can catch in a parking lot. You know what I mean? And they say, "Hey, I want to come on the show and share."
Yeah. I mean, that's a big deal. First of all, to your point, shout out to Keith Battle. And, DeJuan had reached out to Keith Battle because he knows that he's an avid basketball fan and supporter in our community. And I'll kind of let Don, I call him Don, by the way, all right? And but I'll let DeJuan kind of just chime in on how the exchange went that kind of led us to being able to, share some mic time with Keith Battle a couple Sundays ago. And that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it was an easy conversation. I shared with Pastor Keith Battle via Instagram, DM. About Washington Fusion and what we have coming up November 16th. And he was excited about it. He said, I heard a little bit about it, but just tell me more. And long story short, I said, look, I look forward to coming to church again and just maybe giving some tickets out to the community and the congregation so they can all be a part of this historical moment. He said, absolutely, come, bring your tickets, just be there to share this great information. So again, he welcomed us with open arms. We didn't expect him to call us on stage, but we always say if you stay ready, you never had to get ready. So it was just a great opportunity, and again, we're excited and grateful for what's coming.
Man, thank y'all. We're going to talk about this game coming up. But I know one thing, Professor, I don't know if y'all realize, James, he says he's a basketball legend in Baltimore.
Yeah.
All right? He don't talk about it much, but he talks about it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we got some Baltimore legends on our team, man.
Yeah, I see you got my guy, the Crime Stopper.
Oh, yeah, Kill Cop. Yeah, he represent all day long. He going to do his thing.
East Baltimore's all day.
Yeah. Aquila from Baltimore as well. Corsley on our team from Baltimore.
Omar Strong.
So we got some big representation.
They consider him one of the top shooters out there.
Yeah.
And I bear witness, or we bear witness, because we went out there maybe about a month ago, heard about Omar Strong and a few other guys. We said, you know what, we're going to go check them out ourselves personally. And lo and behold, it was the real deal.
Yeah,
I think Omar might have dropped 40-something points that day. What you think, D?
Yeah, these guys some ballers. I mean, these guys are official, so I'm excited to see these guys play.
Yeah, that's it. So we talk about representing the DMV. That stretches all the way to Baltimore. Of course, it's all home team, homegrown. You know, as far as basketball and sports, when we talk about the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, I mean, we got a lot of shine, a lot of superstars come out of this area.
We really do.
So we really want to heighten that awareness and magnify what we got.
Okay, now let's talk about this mixed gender league. Now,
Yeah.
this is something different. Y'all heard it right. Mixed gender basketball. For those who don't understand, what does that mean?
Okay. Global mixed gender basketball.
Global, okay,
right?
global mixed gender.
You know, what it means is you have a mixture of two genders. You have male and females coming together, competing together, playing on a high level. It's not 5 females against 5 males or 5 males against 5 females. It's male and women working collectively together against the opposing team, which is also co-ed. So it's just a great blend, great mixture to be able to see different abilities and skill sets working together or the common goal to win the game.
Yeah. So we'll break down. Wait a minute. So it's not men against women.
It's not.
Men and women together. For the people who don't understand, it's going to be mixed gender team.
Yeah, that's it. So you think about it. Your first quarter, you got 3 males, 2 females. The second quarter, you got 3 females and 2 males. And so it's an amazing combination because, you know, most men obviously are a little more athletic. They high flyers playing above the rim. Ladies are a little more fundamentally sound. So guys are penetrating, but they dishing it out. Ladies on the corner doing their thing. And so it just makes for a great balance. I mean, if you figure you ask most women who compete in sports or even on the boardroom side, do they feel like they can compete with men on a high level? And they say absolutely. I mean, our coach is Nikki Teasley.
Right.
You know, she was the Allen Iverson of the females back in the day, won the WNBA championship. She's our head coach, and Sonya Chase. Sonya Chase from Baltimore.
Yeah, McDonald.
All day long. She's on our staff too.
She killed my high school by She killed it. She had about 60.
It's real.
We're talking about the same person.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Sonya, man. I haven't seen in a long time. Shout out.
That's it. So when you come out there, man, I mean, it's just an intrigue that is made more aware of what this actually looked like. Because even if you're not a basketball fan, just that curiosity to be able to see men and women compete together, play together, just an amazing thing, man.
And I always say it's one thing to hear about it, but to actually see it, it's amazing. I mean, men and women together, like it's never really been done on a professional level, and it's a long time coming. The time is now. We say the future of basketball is now.
Okay.
This is our time.
Now we want to talk about, we call what the fans, we had a segment, we want to say what the fans really want to know. We got the owners here. Now, it's not too often you get the owners sitting in the suite. When you look at this, what kind of product what are y'all looking for the fans to get out of this? I mean, I know besides entertainment, but I mean, what do you want the fans to walk away? Understanding basketball, the fundamentals, or you want them to walk away feeling, you know, a family type of atmosphere? What is it that you want the fans to kind of feel?
A combination of both, right? You know, every team is celebrity owned, right? Master P is the president of the league. Tiny in Atlanta owns the Atlanta team. Trick Daddy and Trina in Florida, and Ice-T in New York. And so from an entertainment standpoint, each game is filled with entertainment, with the singers for the national anthem, with our halftime performance, all of those things. So from that standpoint, you're going to be overwhelmed from the entertainment side, right? And then on the basketball side, for those people who are basketball fans, just to be able to get a glimpse of what's actually going to take place on the floor is going to be something that's going to kind of blow your mind away. So we kind of mix the genre lines on both sides. Basketball fans, novice basketball fans, entertainment fans is coming out to see the halftime performance, all that. You're going to get it all wrapped up in one.
Okay. Halftime.
Yeah.
Is that a mystery, or we can find out what's going on?
Well, we in Washington, D.C., right? We got Backyard Band playing at the halftime. You know, so you already know.
BYB is going to be in the house.
Yeah, exactly. So you get a mini little free concert at the halftime of the game. Always good there.
And there's going to be a lot of surprising things taking place in between. But yes, definitely, it's going to be a great halftime performance. So you get a lot. You definitely get way more bang for your bucks with this here. As you mentioned, kind of piggyback. You have the entertainment aspect. You have the sport aspect. And you always do initiative too. I'm not sure we got a chance to really read that, but there's always initiative that we do. Our last game we had at Howard, we had a diabetes awareness initiative where we had people came who got screened. Those who got screened got a free ticket to come to the game. But again, it wasn't about the ticket. It was more so about making sure that our community is aware of what's taking place and start to be more proactive instead of reactive. So there's a lot of things to look at that we bring to the table bigger than just basketball.
So DeJuan and Dirk, tell me a little bit about the mission, because I see this could be a better time to involve the women, and especially with the equal pay. So explain a little bit about how the equal pay movement is a part of this league.
I mean, you figure when we talk about salaries now, in comparison between NBA players who getting guaranteed contracts for $200 million versus our WNBA players where max you're talking $100,000. And so what's happening is a lot of these ladies, when the WNBA season concludes, are forced to have to go overseas because that's what they'll make the $200,000 to $300,000 salaries. And so they can't enjoy the luxury of having a season, being able to rest and stay home. They got to keep moving around. And so when we talk about global mixed gender basketball, our ladies and men are getting paid the same way. And so that's real big for a society as a whole to be able to communicate that from a standpoint to recognize their value on both sides and still be able to compete at a high level and appease both sides. And so that really magnifies the mission of what we all about, you know, from a society standpoint.
Absolutely.
So I want to go back to that because that message of equal pay for equal play, that's a bigger global message, especially in the United States. That message alone. Y'all are really tackling something that a lot of I don't know how have you seen some of the other leagues? Are they receptive to that message that y'all are giving out? Because you talk equal pay for equal play. If I'm a owner of another sports franchise, I don't know if I want that message out there.
Well, I mean, that's why we're a trendsetter.
Yeah.
I mean, the better time to do it is now. And so we kind of are cut above communicating that message so we can go out and create that blueprint design to give folks an opportunity to recognize, right? I mean, gender doesn't really matter. She's still an athlete. She's still been playing since she's been 8 years old. She went through the AAU program. She played high school ball. She played collegiate ball. She played professional ball. Why isn't that she's not afforded the opportunity to make what a man makes? I mean, so again, we got to take all that into consideration, and we want to build that equality there.
And if you look at the numbers, it's staggering. I mean, the disparity between, you know, what a female makes and what a guy makes, as Dirk mentioned, is unacceptable these days. You know, it's peanuts. You know, you take, you know, the highest paid WNBA player, you know, makes maybe about a fifth of what the lowest NBA player might make. So that's a problem.
Yeah, some of these WNBA players making 40, 50 grand. You feel me? You mean you look at the salaries for our Washington Mystics, some of our ladies that compete out there, they get their blood, sweat, tears. They up early, they practicing, they going through the same regimen that our Washington Wizards guys go through. You feel me? And so at the same token, I mean, that's a big difference. I mean, you can't really, you know, provide for your family, giving your all when you're passionate about something, earning that kind of money.
And that's you know, it's big. You know, today we want to wear our shirts. The show is the IMCO show, and that's one of the things we have. Our brand is IMCO, but we also have a brand, our Smart Jock, and I know James got his Smart Jock shirt on. I don't know if it's by coincidence, but that's something we always talk about is really that equality as a smart jock, the business side of sports. And I guess not too many people as an athlete are owners. So we don't, they're kind of, and these women are some kind of at the mercy of the owners. So I want to congratulate y'all two and the league, you know, and Master P, and shout out, you know, for putting this out here, putting this, making this available and bringing this awareness and a great product. I saw some of the clips. I saw some of the highlights. Man.
And that's the thing, too, you know, when people hear the word, you know, gender equality or co-ed basketball, they tend to think that these guys are going to take it easy on the women. Or, you know, but these guys are not going to take it easy on the women because they don't want to get embarrassed. They're not going to let these women embarrass them. And these women like, you know what, I've been waiting years for this opportunity. I know I can play against you. I know I'm just as competitive and probably better than you. So, again, it's very competitive. It's very intense. You know, it's not you know, I'm taking it easy on nobody. Everybody wants to win.
Ladies trying to cross dudes up. They still blocking shots. They getting fouled. They getting hand ones. It's real.
It's real, you know. So I always let people know when they hear about our celebrities, you know, it's great that we have celebrities that's exposing and behind this, but this is not a celebrity game.
You know what's funny?
This is not that.
So this is not an exhibition game that some people can come.
It's not a celebrity game.
This is not a celebrity game because sometimes when people hear these celebrity faces, you got Master P, Tiny, and all these, they might think this is a celebrity game where people just...
Where the celebrities are going
celebrities out there playing basketball. This
isn't
a celebrity game. This is a real game, you know. However, we have some celebrities that's behind this, the team ownership aspect. But these players are professional, former, current WNBA, NBA, and some other elite players who just never got the opportunity to get that shine. So now, you know, we have some known celebrities and stars on the court. We're also going to create an opportunity for some newfound stars.
Okay.
You know, so we're excited about that.
It was interesting. One of our previous exhibition games, Ron Artest, Carlos Boozer, Stromile Swift, they came out there not knowing what to expect. But after the first quarter, when they got down 15 quickly, that it started to kick in.
Okay.
That this ain't no game. These ladies out there stand on the perimeter, hitting threes, doing their thing, and then they started to turn it up. And so
a lot of people don't understand that the female game is more fundamentally sound than the men game because it's a below the rim game.
Exactly.
So everything has to be tighter to be on that elite level.
Exactly.
And the guys kind of athleticism can kind of override some of your fundamentals. So and then now as these guys athleticism comes down,
that's
they playing these skilled assassins.
Yeah, exactly. Totally different. Screening rolls, picking rolls, they just doing it different fundamentally the right way.
Absolutely.
You know, so it gets showcased. We're excited about that.
Now, I do have another question, though, from the business side. You guys mentioned that the big discrepancy of the pay, 1/5 of the, that's just absurd. But what about the people who come from the angle to say, well, the WNBA doesn't generate as much as the NBA, so how do you expect them to pay the same type of salaries if they don't have the same amount of revenue?
And that's the challenge, right? Obviously, the revenues are not there, but we always got to go back to marketability, right? What are we doing? Are we spending the same kind of money as we doing the men? I mean, Nike ain't throwing millions of dollars at these WNBA ladies for shoe contracts and shoe deals and things like that. So the emphasis and the focus is not there. And so if you're getting 50% energy to try to produce 100% of revenues, it doesn't happen. So we got to magnify and showcase that for what it is and try to maximize on that moment.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point, and it has a lot of validity to it. But, you know, on the other hand is you got to look at, because of the viewership, you know, women aren't getting, you know, the right look or the, you know, the support that's necessary. Now by putting it with the guys, now they're getting a better look. People are watching these women like, wow, I didn't realize that, because typically they wouldn't have went to a WNBA game, but now they're like, I can see both and appreciate both of them at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, because we had, you know, Natasha Cloud is one of the stars for the Mystics, right? And she was on our team last year.
Oh, really?
And she was doing her thing. She had 25 in our game doing her thing, and we showcased her and did some other things, although she getting her shine. But then when the season started again, it was just like, oh, yeah, that's Natasha Cloud. And now, boom, she's shining, doing her thing, won a WNBA championship. Now she can come back around and just, you know, create that buzz, that wow factor. We want to create that buzz and wow factor for the females, like the guys get it all the time.
Well, hold on. We got to take a commercial break, but y'all are giving some great insight. I didn't realize all this stuff. But before we go, I want to make sure the viewers realize, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday, November 16th, 6 p.m., you see right there at the Entertainment and Sports Center. Is that where the Washington Mystics, I understand, that's where they won their championship, right?
Yeah, that's their home gym. Our Wizards G League team, Capital City Go-Go, they play there. New arena just opened up a year ago, man. So we piggybacking off this WNBA championship that just happened. We was at the game courtside. It's a beautiful arena, man. And definitely
come down, get your tickets. Where can they get the tickets at?
At Ticketmaster. Go to Ticketmaster, hit Washington Fusion.
Yep.
And you'll see us there. Tickets are affordable. $10 tickets, $20 tickets, $40 tickets. If you feel like you want to live that VIP life and be on the floor, you don't gotta pay $2,500. At a Wizards game, you pay $75, be right on the floor.
I might have to upgrade my tickets. I got mine. I got my tickets.
Yeah,
I got my tickets. You know, and I want to say thank you, because one thing, y'all gave out some tickets. But that was one of the things I met DeJuan in the parking lot. He said, you know, I don't have my. I said, nah, I don't want to complimentary tickets. I want to buy my tickets.
Yes,
this is something I want to support.
Yes,
you know what I mean? A lot of times people talk about this and talk about that, but they want the free thing. I want to buy my tickets. So if my wife is watching, I might upgrade to the floor seats, baby. So you know, we might go down and ball for one night. But look like ballers. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break. And do y'all mind we come back and talk a little about, because y'all have some good business wisdom.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do y'all mind sharing some of that insight to the people?
All day long, man. All day
well, right at this commercial, we come right back. You got them, the CEOs, well, what are y'all, what's
co-owners.
Co-owners of the Washington Fusion, none other than Mr. Derek Smith and DeJuan Summers.
Make sure you tune back in.
Don't go nowhere. Tell somebody.
Share this thing. We'll be right back.
everyone. Welcome to I Am the CEO Show. I am your co-host, Eric Robinson. And today I'm joined by my co-host,
James Burrell, a.k.a. The Professor.
And as you see, we're joined, ladies and gentlemen, by the co-owners of the Washington Fusion mixed gender basketball team, none other than Mr. Derek Smith and his business partner, Mr. DeJuan Summers.
Thank you so much for having us again, man. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for coming on, man. Again,
Thank
really.
you. Thank you.
Now, we've been talking about sports and talking about basketball, and y'all brought up a lot of good topics. Just sitting here listening to y'all, I hear y'all are just not overnight business people. I mean, James always like to ask this question, so I'm gonna give James a shot. Y'all talking about basketball. I'm gonna steal his question one day. Each time I try to steal it, he look at me.
Yeah, but I love it, man. We got some owners in the building, man. So, it's a lot of people that are aspiring to be owners like you guys. I mean, it's little boys right now that's watching this and say, you know what, these guys own a team. I want to own a team. Little girls that's going to say, you know what, I want to own a team. So, what made you guys want to decide that I want to be an owner? I want to be in business. I mean, answer separately. Like, what made you guys feel is that way?
You know, DeJuan and I met in college, man, when we was 18, and so we've been friends for 25 years. And our second year in college, at that moment, we realized that we bigger than graduating from college with 50 grand worth of school loans, only making 50 grand. We felt like we was bigger and better. We felt like we was worthy of making 100 grand, 250, 500,000, $1 million. And it's one thing to be starstruck and see it on TV, but it's another thing to have that confidence that you can go out and achieve and aspire high things. And so for us, man, when we were young and when we were 19, we opened up a retail store in college. And, you know, a lot of our peers, students were our clients. And we had sleepless nights in our store kind of doing our thing. And, you know, we made it through college academically, but we graduated entrepreneurially mature. And that just evolved over time, man. And just through that, you know, I was fortunate enough to open up a RE/MAX real estate office in my 20s here in Maryland. I was president of Real Estate Association here in Maryland for a couple of years. And that's the background now that we share. We do some real estate development and stuff like that. And we just always, you know, felt like, why should we go out and have a boss when we can be a boss ourselves? And that kind of moved us to the place where we are now of ownership.
Yeah, and it's kind of piggybacking what Dirk shared. You know, we've always been entrepreneurs. You know, that's all I know.
Blood.
It's just in my blood, you know. And I'm not saying that everybody should be that, because everybody aren't cut to be an entrepreneur. You need some employees, you know. But for us, that just wasn't the lane or our direction that we need to go. So for us, just being an entrepreneur, you know, even starting as a little kid, I mean, from selling cookies and selling things, like I always knew that was my gift, was to be my own boss. You know, I don't really do well with people telling me what I want, what I need to do. How about me share with you my goals and visions, put something together, and let's work towards that. So being an entrepreneur is normal for me. Some people it's not. But I just love the freedom and the flexibility comes with being my own boss. You know, as we talk about, you know, sometimes we want to go to lunch, we go to lunch. It might spend an hour trying to figure out what we want for lunch. Some people only got an hour or half hour for lunch. You know, and being able to say, look, you know, I want to be able to make this, not for the year, but how about for the month or for the week? You know, but in order to be able to do things like that, you have to have some ownership to be in a position to make those type of moves.
And DeJuan probably laugh at the story, but I remember when we was 18, we used to come home for the summer, and we used to go get these T-shirts and get them printed up. Today, graduation, tomorrow the world. So we used to go to every high school graduation in Maryland and D.C. out our trunk with these T-shirts. $10 today, graduation, tomorrow the world. And the parents was coming buying all the T-shirts. They was kicking us off the corner because we ain't had no vendor license. We would just go hit the never. What's the arena over there? And everywhere.
Everywhere, go to graduation.
We was getting it in early.
Just doing this for years, you know, just different things. And to Dirk's earlier point, you know, now we've been heavily involved in real estate investment. So it's life of an entrepreneur. You know?
So you, DeJuan, you mentioned a word, and around here we discovered this became a dirty word. You said the dirty word. You said sales.
I heard it, James. I heard it.
You heard it too, right?
Sales. I heard it.
And it was crazy. Sales, right? You said, and you guys said when you were young, you always knew that you were selling something. You were always. So how important is that to? And because we see a lot of people run from that word. You know, no one wants to sell anything, but everyone wants to buy. So what would you say to how was sales so critical in your decision that you knew that this was going to be my lane?
Yeah, if your income is tied to personal production, that means there's no limitation on your income.
Okay.
And right, if I go out and I sell more, then I can go out and earn whatever I want to earn. Right? I can go out and sell one house and make 5-10 grand, or I can go out and find more clients and sell 2 or 3 houses a month and make 30-40 grand a month.
Sell more, earn more.
That's it. And you control that. And so it's unlike a traditional corporate America job where your income's already predetermined. 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week, you make 60 grand. Like, the only thing that can change your income is if you go do something else. And so we felt like if our income is going to increase, it's not going to be predicated on someone else's perception, opinion, appraisal, review. We're going to go get it done and handle our own business and control that and create opportunities for other people. And the other thing, part of being a leader, obviously, in business, we have a lot of limitations. And so in light of that, we realized we got to compensate for our limitations by incorporating the efforts of other people. And so we go out and we team build and we find the right people that can compensate for the things we can't do. We bring them into that space. We love them. We show them, energy and enthusiasm and help them to go out and think like a boss and give them that independence. Because most people don't maximize their potential in life because they so content with complacency. And you don't even realize it. You're on a job that you don't like for 5 years. Like, why do you stay there and go there every single day for the next 5 more years? Like, you bigger and better than that. You got talents and gifts and abilities to go out and do superhero type things,
Well, let's talk about that. We have right here, let's talk about those potholes and some of the things that holds people back. Like, what are some of the things that y'all could share, and I want to probably get y'all answer independently too, as somebody starting out, maybe they haven't got, or maybe it depends on wherever they are, but what some of the things you've seen that kind of can limit you if you don't have that built up belief right away? What's some of the roadblocks that you can say, hey, maybe you might want to do this, or maybe you might want to avoid this? Is there anything that comes to mind as an entrepreneur that you might say, you know what, I wish I would have made that mistake, and I can help you not make that?
A few things. I'll say, being an entrepreneur, you got to have zero doubt, and 100% confidence in what you're trying to accomplish. Because, again, you're going to have people who don't have the same belief level, don't see your dream, don't see your vision, who are going to try to discourage you, who don't, maybe it's, they may want well for you, but they only know one way. So if you're not going the way that they're going, they don't see how you're going to get there the way you're going, if that makes sense. So I would say, listen, don't allow people's perceptions to inhibit you from going forward. Don't let fear cripple you, and just know that whatever your goals are, you got to be laser focused and determined to get there by any means.
So let me ask you a question. I'm going to go a follow-up to that. In those days when you were in the trunk selling those shirts, right, Today Graduates Tomorrow the World, I mean, was a support group going and saying, hey, man, y'all going to be rich one day? Or did people look at y'all like, hey, you know what, why y'all doing that? Was there doubters at that stage? Or?
Yeah, me and DeJuan always had an attitude that we don't have no time for excuses, right? And so part of, to your point about roadblocks, a lot of people don't have accountability in their life, right? We kind of walk on the mantra of iron sharpening iron. And when iron sharpens iron, that don't mean that there's not going to be no friction. We have days, probably almost every day, where we disagree every day.
Okay.
But we know we in this fight together. We can agree to disagree. We respect each other in business where we know we can be transparent. We like to say real-time transparency. We're going to be open and honest. We're going to have our conversation, say what you got to say what I got to say, and we keep it moving. I think a lot of people lack those outlets where they can just fully whatever's on your mind, your imagination, your creativity, your idea, like share that with somebody, and that person's not going to judge you. They're not going to be overly critical. You got your support people in place, and you find that right median. And that's really, really important because you got to have that support piece in place.
You said real-time transparency. What do you mean by that? Because I hear that, and in my mind, first thing I start thinking about is people holding stuff back and don't tell you how they really feel, and they start building up all this resentment.
Yeah.
And they're not telling you how they really feel. So what do you mean by that, with that real-time transparency?
And I'll give you an example. The other day, my son is 8 and 11, football, was a lot going on playing in this game. The other day, I was like, Don, man, I'm tired, brother. Like, I just need, because we talk all day long, and I'm like, bro, I need 3 hours just to relax a little bit. I need you to pick up the load for me, make the calls, go do that, and just give me some time. That's real time. Now, I could have fought through it, not let him know how I was feeling, He would have sensed the vibe, but at that moment, I feel like I had to let him know where I am, so I'm not hindering the mission, so he know where to pick up the load. And I think real time in that moment was me just being vulnerable.
Yeah. Okay.
Saying, Slim, I know you running, but I don't have it in me right now. I need some time.
Yeah. In real time, it's like you said, right there on the spot. When you feel a certain way, like, don't hold that in. Share that with somebody, because no one can read your mind. You know, so when you share that real time transparent, you're able to be real with somebody. That's first and foremost. You need somebody you can be real with. You know, because if you can't be real with a person, you can't be transparent. And that's very important to have. You got to have that.
And is that a critical element to have when you have a partnership? Because like a lot of business, if it's one guy or one lady, you know, you don't have no one to. Yeah. It's just you.
Yeah.
So do you see that as an advantage, being able to have that real-time transparency because you are in a partnership?
Yeah, you got to. Success happens as a team, right? Whether you Floyd Mayweather, you got a training support team, you got a manager, you got people around you. Whether you Serena Williams, you got a support team around you. Whether you Beyonce, you got choreographers, you got all these people around you. Like, no one gets to the top by themselves. You know, in Proverbs it says, he that isolates himself seeks his own desires. And so if you're not getting no outside perspective, putting that into your heart and in your mind and your spirit, you just kind of moving and floating to your own. That's a dangerous place to be. You know, you gotta have those people. Hey, look, I'm thinking about this, man. What's your thoughts on this? Nah, I probably wouldn't do that, because if you do that, it's going to impact this side over here you're not thinking about. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about forming a partnership with somebody over here. But if you do that, he kind of leans more towards that, so you're going to lose some people over there if you go there. Okay, cool. I ain't think about that.
And that's real. You know, if you don't have that person, whoever that, you need to identify that person as soon as possible that you can have these real conversations with. You know, too often people have people who are with them, you know, but typically they tend to be yes men and yes man. You know, like, don't tell me what, you know, I want to hear. Tell me what I need to hear. And that's going to come from somebody who's real, who has your back 100% and going to just tell you right, wrong, and different where you are. You know, and you got to have that person, like he mentioned, about someone's going to hold you accountable. And that's the only way to get to the top in business. You got to have that accountability partner or partners in order to move forward, you know, in the right direction. So that's important.
I heard you mention another word, Derek, and I want to ask you this part. In business, sometimes, you know, it's always that mindset, sometimes the A personality, I can do it, I can handle it all. But you mentioned the word vulnerable. How much does being vulnerable and it being allowing what you know and then what you don't know and what you're going through to somebody or anybody, how much does being vulnerable play as a business person? Because sometimes we see that business person, they just tough and shrewd, and we think that they don't you know, they don't care. How much does being vulnerable help to your growth and your success?
You know, chemistry and good synergy is created because there's some level of oneness and we know each other, right? DeJuan and I, we know each other, in part because we're friends. But he knows me, right? He sees my interaction with my kids, with my family, how I move around in business. You know, I might make quicker decisions sometimes about some things. Some things he might say, look, you don't have to respond right away to that. And because I'm real time with my vibe and I'm comfortable in a relationship, it allows us now to create that level of urgency because he knows that I'm going to be real with it. I don't have to hold back. Because how can you hold back from somebody you try and go somewhere with them? Because if I'm trying to go somewhere with you and I'm holding back, you really don't know me along the way. Like, this is a journey along the way. This was what's going on along the way. So therefore, the other person knows how to compensate. Okay. You lose that when it's not there. That's why most relationships break down, right? Because the other person says, you just don't understand me. Because we're in a society now where nobody's communicating, they all texting. So there's no way to understand because you're not open and honest. When I ask you how was your day, it was all right, but it wasn't all right about your day. Yeah, what was about your day? What was bad about it?
Those deeper level conversations.
Yeah, so we lose that, and in business, you just have talent, but there's no transparency, and then therefore you got a talented guy come in and get behind the mic, but the other person is going through, and you don't even know why he off his game. If he'd have told you before I got in, I just had a bad evening with my kids or whatever. Now you could pick up the slack during the load, and you can carry your load, and y'all know where each other at. Otherwise, you just like, yo, you dropped the ball, like, I should have told you beforehand. Like, we got to be real time with it. because you hurt other people that way. You know what I'm saying?
I want to get your answer. How do you allow yourself to be vulnerable in business? I mean, what's the mindset you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable? Or are you just only vulnerable to your partners, or do you share that with in other business partners or other space? And if I'm going through something with my lender, I know y'all real estate. If I'm going through some issue with my lender, do you hide it from the lender? Do you tell them what you're going through? How do you get your mind mental to that space of being vulnerable to move forward?
I mean, just being vulnerable is being honest.
Okay.
You know, and obviously when you're being honest and vulnerable, you know, it should be normal. You know, you got to definitely think about the ramifications and how someone may receive it. But at the end of the day, it's not on you on how they receive it. You got to make sure you're accountable for you being honest and transparent. So for me, being vulnerable, I think it's necessary. You know, you don't want to open that door for everybody. I think it has to be earned. Okay. You know, you got to find that separation. We talking about business and personal and things of that nature. But overall, being vulnerable is being honest. And you got to pick and choose, you know, who you're being vulnerable with, because some people can take advantage of that. Yeah. So it's a fine line, you know, just depending on what side of the spectrum we're talking about, but being vulnerable is very important.
And that's why I ask a lot of questions, man. You know, when I you know, somebody introduced me to a business relationship, I'm asking questions, right? How long you been working here? You know, you like it? You do anything else outside of this? You know, what brought you here? I'm trying to define whether or not it's passion or he's trying to sell me. You know, and I'm trying to get to a place to gauge his transparency in this introduction, because the more transparent he is, it creates a level of safety for me to do the same. And so the relationship ain't going to be as one-sided. I'm not just going to be open and honest, and you give me one-word answers and responses when I'm trying to engage and have a conversation. It got to be some duality in this. So that's how you build friendship and relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I want to pause for that, because I don't know if everybody really caught that. You just gave something. You hope somebody can have $1 million business right now, a whole life change. You just gave them a really secret sauce, was being able to ask the right questions and engage where they are. So I guess you probably just do it naturally now, or maybe you do it strategically. I don't know.
Yeah, both.
Both? Okay. So I hope somebody out there watching caught that, because, you know, he's asking the questions, you know, how long you been here, find out where they are, find out. So you kind of, I don't know, I guess as a boxer, the boxer would kind of throw some jabs, kind of setting up, trying to see what's kind of gauging who I'm doing business with.
We call it playing tennis.
It's a tennis
playing
match.
tennis.
Oh, okay. Y'all got a term for it.
Yeah.
Let them respond.
Yeah.
Another question.
Exactly.
And you playing tennis until it's time to.
Yeah, exactly.
Slam it.
Because we can't really engage, whether it's in business or personal, without getting to know each other on a deeper level, right? We have a lot of surface relationships in our lives, and in part because we're not vulnerable. Okay. And so therefore, you could be with somebody, be with your buddy, you call him, that's my man, but y'all don't even know each other. Y'all don't know he ain't saving no money. Y'all don't even know he don't have no life insurance policy. Y'all don't know that he's renting and he's outgrowing his apartment. Like, we just going to the game together. And so you just going to the game with your man, saying that's your man, but you don't even know that some of the things that you can do to add value, like there's holes, and we got to talk about that stuff. And so we try to create a little more substance and depth in our relationships personally, and then it transpires into business. So we know the right support people going to come into our space and feel the same way we do about this. What does gender equality mean to you? Have you ever been in a situation where you felt slighted before because you was a female? So when we have a conversation with Nikki Teasley in your professional career, did you ever feel slighted being a female, whether that you got cut, you got traded, or whatever the case may be because of your gender? And so when people come and approach us about, I want to work with y'all, I love what y'all doing, like, you love what we're doing because of what? How has this impacted you? You a former hooper? Okay, cool, but the mission and vision for how we rock, like, what does that, how does that impact your life? And we got to engage. Because everybody got a good idea, man. I can do this for y'all. It's not just do this for us because we want to be your client. You got to feel the way we feel about this. Because it's bigger than basketball. It's bigger than sports. We change society. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I definitely I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yes, and I'm glad you shared that, because, you know, I could feel your energy. I felt that was where your hearts were, but I didn't know for sure. And now getting a chance, because I followed you on social media for many years, Derek, you know, and so I had a chance to see, and I was like, you know, I see him making moves, but that's what you just see, him making moves. But what do those moves mean? How do those moves happen? Which we don't want to talk about the show me the money part, but I think you're talking about the money part too. How some of those moves happen, because I'm looking for bigger than just the paycheck. Yeah. I'm looking for the relationship, and those holes can lead me to the money if I'm hearing you.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you think about what you just asked and what you're actually talking about, it's a chess and checkers game. too many people are playing checkers. You know, instead of playing chess, you know, the move behind the move. You know, for us, like you said, it's not about how much we can get paid today or what you can do for us today. What about the next move? You know, what's your motive? You know, what's really your goal? What are you trying to accomplish? Do you feel the way we feel? You know, what Dirk just talked about. For us, it's about making sure we have people who are like-minded. You know, we all going. You know, we all move and go in the same direction on the same accord. Although we're gonna have some differences of opinions, but overall, when it comes to the mission and vision, we all have the same. You know, so we can go on and on about that, but like, it's imperative that you have people around you, you know, who feel the way you feel, see what you see, so y'all can make sure y'all all going the right way.
Yeah, it's real, man. I mean, every day, you know, my prayer in the morning is God, I know you got somebody for me to meet today. Whether I can add value or they can add value to what we doing. And so show me that person. It might be somebody in Starbucks. It might be building that relationship with you guys. But I'm looking for those moments throughout the day. And so as I run across people, I'm trying to engage and build rapport enough to sort out whether or not this is that person.
And that's intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentional.
All the time. It's real. Because you can't get nowhere by yourself. I mean, I think that's just a normal practice of business. Like, I mean, you think about, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I forgot my train of thought, but
I'm soaking it in. So I'm sitting there being a student. Professor, I see you over there looking, man.
You taking it in?
Yeah, man. I just wanted to know that a lot of people might say, well, how did you guys get the team? Like, how did you guys say, you know, I might want to start a league. I know plenty of people say they want to start leagues. You get the guys in the barbershops. Oh man, we should put this together. But you guys are actually done it.
Yeah.
So what was it to made you guys say, you know what, we're gonna do this and this is how we're gonna do it?
Position and timing, and recognize the moment and season it right away. You know, I don't know how much time we had, but for us, you know, initially was for us to come involved or get involved from a sponsorship standpoint. We were going to sponsor the league when it first kicked off. You know, with the actual. Tiny was the first one who got Atlanta's team. And we went there, we seen, you know, the trials, and we just fell in love with the concept right away because we seen that void that's been the void that needed to be filled, which was the gender equality with men and females. So we shifted from a sponsor conversation to, do you all have a Washington, D.C. franchise? They said, no, we don't. We said, yes, y'all do. Y'all do now. You know, because we've always been entrepreneurs and we've seen the moment, and we didn't want to miss it. We always say, listen, money you can get back, but opportunities, you can't. So we don't look at money, we look at the opportunity, and we go.
Ooh, see that, Eric, they walked in the door on the sponsorship and left out as partners, as owners.
That's how it went down. Because we always have the attitude, if this don't work, we can always go back to that. But you only have one shot to take a shot on that. And people lose moments overthinking sometimes, being fearful and afraid of reacting, but you know, we felt like our talents would take us far, belief level would take us far, and surround ourselves with the right people can take us where we're trying to go.
Money can get back opportunities.
That's it. Get money back. You can't get opportunities back.
Absolutely. The hardest part in being successful is believing what you have yet to achieve is possible. Right? If you've never done it, do you really believe that I could do it? That's the hardest part for most people, just believing I can do it. Once you do that, take that shot on yourself, and you realize, like, hold up, I ain't no different than Master P. I ain't no different than Ice-T. I ain't no different than, they just had something extra that we all got in us.
They just had an opportunity, and they seized it.
And they seized the moment. It's real.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to wrap this show up, but I'm going to respect these gentlemen's time. I want to thank y'all for being here.
Appreciate you having us.
And I want to really thank y'all for sharing this, because I've seen some of y'all interviews. I don't know, but I really want to thank y'all for sharing this information with us.
We appreciate you allowing us to come share this information.
Yeah, no doubt.
Lost track of time, but we can go on and on.
So much work to do. We're just getting started November the 16th. Make sure you're there. Go to Ticketmaster, get your tickets. Look, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever it is. You got time to go get it done.
Go get it done.
And go to Washington Fusion IG. Follow us there. You can also buy tickets at that bio, in the bio link right there as well. So look forward to seeing you all there. November 16th. Be a part of history.
Be a part of history. Now, can I ask? I got to throw this. I'm sorry. I know the producer will get on me. How can they follow you two? Because y'all provide a lot of value. If somebody's out there saying, man, you know what? I'm buying what these brothers sell. I know I'm coming to the game, but there's something behind y'all that makes me say, you know what? There's more to them than just the game.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Are they allowed to? Can people follow you? Can people do y'all share this information with anybody else? I mean, are y'all just, hey, this is just how we move, or can people actually follow y'all movement?
Yeah. We got something going on tonight.
Yeah.
Meet us there.
And so we got a real estate investor meetup that we host once a month at the Courtyard Marriott in Largo. And so we'll be there at 7 p.m.
See, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I did not know that. But I'm saying I can feel that energy. I'm sorry, y'all. Just for a moment. I can feel that there was more to you, and maybe some people could get more from you. Than just the Mystics.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm sorry, the fusion. We can edit that, right?
Yeah. So that's it. Come on out if you got some real estate interest and you got some goals to make real estate investing part of your 2020 goals. Feel free, join us 7 p.m. tonight, Courtyard Marriott over there by the Jazz.
Well, we just want to have a sidebar entrepreneur conversation. We'll be there.
Just come on out.
Courtyard Marriott. I'll make sure y'all get that information tonight, 7 p.m. Largo, Maryland, Courtyard Marriott?
That's it.
Largo, Maryland.
Ooh, y'all better be there. I'm going to be there.
It's going to be a good one. Hey, you never know who you might meet. One person, one conversation.
Change your life.
Forever. It's real.
Hour one.
That's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the I'm the CEO show. I'm your co-host, Eric Robinson, a.k.a. The Soul Motivator. I'm joined today by my co-host,
Mr. James Burrell, a.k.a. The Professor.
And y'all been schooled today by the two co-owners of the Washington Fusion, none other than Mr. Derek Smith and Mr. Dewan Summers.
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for being here.
Thank you. Fusion salute.
From my experience, the ball goes flat for everyone, and many of these athletes aren't prepared.
The biggest thing for college athletes that I've seen and that I've experienced is really maintaining that scholarship. You know, there's no such thing as a 4-year scholarship. I never knew that before.
As far as the college process, it would be a benefit if coaches were able to educate me on the process. So that's something that I'm finding out that we're having to do on our own.
I wish there was an app that could walk me through the NCAA clearinghouse.
I find myself always wanting to rely on coaches. I don't want to do that. I want to be able to do it myself and help my son through his journey on the field and off the field.
When I was in school, it always felt like my parents were nagging me about my grades. I had the fastest track time in the district, so I just knew I was going to get a scholarship. When it didn't happen, I was devastated. Not only was my sports career over, but I was also not accepted into my college of choice.
If I had an app that would teach me about sports, I would love it.
Whether you like it or not, sports is a big part of our lives. In the U.S. alone, 36.2 million students grades K through 12 participated in sports for 2016. Did you know that high school participation has increased for 28 straight years?
Youth athletics is now big business and is estimated to generate over $15 billion in 2017. The time and financial commitment to compete and succeed is greater than ever before.
Unfortunately, 3 decades later, the same question remains. Why are so many athletes continuing to fail? Welcome to Smart Jock, the premier youth athletic company. At Smart Jock, our dedicated team has created the perfect blend of new technology, education, and real-life experiences to revolutionize the world of sports. Our company's mission is to make every athlete better. A few of our products and services include Smart Jock apps, Smart Jock IQ, Smart Jock workshops, Smart Jock online classes, and Smart Jock Media. We need your help to bring this to life. So many families are in need of Smart Jock and they don't even know it. We can't do it without you, the fans, to give us that boost to get started. It's kind of like having the home field advantage. Your donations matter and every dollar makes a difference. To support our team, visit www.smartjock.net. That's www.smartjock.net. Remember, Smart Jock is not just a slogan, it's a way of life.